with Dan Savage, OrlandoMagic.com.
Coach, obviously, Jaylen Brown's an incredible player. What did you see out of him over that kind of final fourth quarter stretch into that tied the game and it, eventually forced overtime?
Well, a lot of it was his leak outs and, getting the ball out in transition. They sped us up quite a bit down the stretch. We end up, turning the ball over a couple of times, allowing for them to have leak outs early. And then he got himself going, tough shots at the rim and some tough shots down the stretch. But he's a hell of a player.
Josh Cohen, OrlandoMagic.com.
Hey, Coach, just talk about Terrence Ross's performance, obviously missing the last 7 games and scoring a season high tonight.
I mean, he's a seasoned veteran. He understands, and even in the situation, he takes care of his body, even in the time away. But his ability to come in and, step in just where he left off, I think was big for us. And it was much needed tonight.
Dan Savage.
Kind of along those lines, Coach, to have 2 veterans out there, Terrence and Gary Harris, the ability that both those guys were able to give you tonight.
Well, we leaned on those guys down the stretch. Gary had it going early, and then Terrence picked it up as well. I think it's a luxury to have those guys that can play in such an environment and, come and give the effort that they gave tonight.
Back to Josh.
Hey, Coach, as far as the overtime session, did you like the shot selection of your team? Did you feel like that the ball was moving the way that you were hoping?
Well, I think we could have gotten a little bit more movement and motion action, the things that got us to that point. But again, they were switching. We got downhill quite a few times. And again, we missed a few shots at the rim. We got the shots that we wanted in those situations. Obviously, the free throw line and then the layups at the rim were some things that looked tough. But I'll have to go back and look at film and see exactly, the shots that we had taken.
Go ahead, Dan.
We talk a lot about opportunities for young guys and learning, how big are these late game situations, especially for some of these young guys, playing in an environment like Boston has to offer.
I think it's a great environment for these guys to play in, to understand exactly what needs to be done down the stretch in certain situations, the details of certain situations. I think it's a great learning lesson as we continue to move forward and grow and get better.
Any final questions? Okay, back to Dan.
Coach, your defense, especially through the first 3 quarters, you were able to force a lot of turnovers out of their group. What were you seeing from your team's defensive effort?
Well, our activity, early on, we were trying to defend without fouling. I think they were 11 for 11 going into the half, but I think we did a good job in the second quarter of not defend. We did a good job defending without fouling. But our ability to be in gaps and protect early and often, not allowing them getting to the rim early.
Go ahead, Dan.
Your group goes right back at it tomorrow in Chicago. How important is it to learn from this one, as always, and then, put it behind you and get ready for tomorrow's game?
Well, that's the great part about the NBA is that, the next night you have another one coming. So we just got to, shake it off and, learn from the situations that we're in, because we'll find ourselves in more of these as the year goes on, and we'll just have to learn from these situations.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you.
Hey there, Terrence. Okay, we will get started. Dan Savage, OrlandoMagic.com.
Terrence, after you guys had the lead in the fourth quarter, Jaylen and the Celtics were able to go on the run. What did you see out of them down the stretch that carried them into overtime?
I think they just picked up their intensity a little bit. We did a good job of staying in it. We gave ourselves opportunities to win down the stretch, but we just let a few possessions slip away.
Josh Cohen, OrlandoMagic.com.
Hi, Terrence. Obviously, after missing 7 games, coming back and scoring a season high, what did you see from yourself tonight as far as getting the looks that you got and sort of getting into that rhythm?
Just trying to get back in the rhythm and things. I just felt good. My win felt great. I was shooting it well. So just being aggressive, attacking, just taking what the defense gives me.
Kobe Price, Orlando Sentinel.
Hey, Terrence, can you kind of describe, I guess, what was it like in the protocols for you? I guess, how did you stay ready to come back and have a, season high performance, in your first game back?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I was kind of trying to take it easy. I had symptoms, so I was having a lot of fatigue, a lot of shortness of breath. I still have a little bit of a cough. I was having headaches too, so I was pretty much kind of under the weather for the most part until like the last 3 or 4 days. And after that, it was just I was back in the gym, working out, running, just trying to get myself back in shape.
Dan Savage.
Terrence, what did you see at a Gary tonight? Obviously, you guys, both played a big role offensively, but Gary's ability on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, no, he's been playing great, man. He's been playing really good on both sides of the ball. He's having tremendous impacts on the defensive end. He's coming into his own. He's feeling a lot more comfortable on the offensive end. You can see it. He's found his rhythm, and he's just getting to it, man. I mean, Gary's a really good player. He plays both sides of the ball really well, and we're seeing it.
Go ahead, Dan.
Terrence, through 3 quarters, you had forced those guys into 19 turnovers. What were you guys doing, defensively that's leading to so many, giveaways on their end?
Just playing hard, just playing with our principles, playing our base defenses, understanding, what they like to do and trying to disrupt that as best we could. And everybody was just on a string today, man. We were playing with a lot of energy, a lot of hustle. So anytime you play like that, you're going to give yourself a good chance.
Kobe Price.
Hey, Terrence, my bad. My internet was a little in and out while you were answering to my last question. So I'm sorry if you said this or answered this earlier, but I guess how are you feeling now? And I guess can you kind of describe to me what the reconditioning process like to get back onto the court?
I'm feeling good. I still have a little bit of a cough. I don't feel as fatigued. I'm feeling pretty much back to normal. But I tried to do some running. That I feel like, anytime you're cold, you're sick or you have a cold or anything, anytime you try to run and get it out of your system, it helps a little bit better. But I just, just trying to take it day by day, just kind of seeing how I felt. And last 3 or 4 days, I just kind of ramped it up. I've been shooting more. I was in the gym running. So just those things, just getting my wind back was the biggest thing.
Dan Savage.
Terrence, your group obviously has a back-to-back and heads to Chicago tomorrow. Just biggest keys for your group heading into that matchup.
Just more what we did tonight, man. Just stay solid, play our base defense. Move the ball. Play for your teammate, and just bring that energy.
Any final questions? Okay, thank you, Terrence. Appreciate it. Go ahead and get started. Dan Savage, OrlandoMagic.com.
Wendell, obviously, you guys had that fourth quarter lead. What did you see at a Jaylen Brown and the Celtics down the stretch that allowed them to force overtime?
In the fourth, oh my bad, my bad. I got you. In the fourth, they just kind of turned up the defense a little bit on us. They did a really good job of speeding us up. As a group, though, we have to be able to play at our own pace, even when the team is doing things like that, including myself. Like I take a lot of blame for this game tonight, not necessarily from scoring points or anything, but just holding my composure. Just making the right decisions down the stretch, and I feel like I didn't do a good job of that. And I hold myself accountable for it. So, yeah.
Josh Cohen, OrlandoMagic.com.
Hey, Wendell, how do you feel your team did as far as shot selection late? Obviously, I know Boston turned up their defensive pressure. Did you feel like the ball was moving the way that you were hoping?
Nah, late in the game, the ball didn't move as well that I would have wanted. They, like you said, they turned up the pressure, and I feel like we kind of just fell into, the game that they wanted us to play, which is fast. Sometimes when a team turns up the pressure, we can sometimes use it against them. And I feel like we could have done a better job of that tonight, but it's all good. I feel like we learned as a group, and individually, I feel like I learned too tonight.
Back to Dan Savage.
Wendell, you guys got Terrence Ross back tonight. Just how much of a boost was it to have him back, and what he was able to give your group tonight?
Terrence is a phenomenal player. He comes out there, everybody respects him in the league. They all know that he's a very, very high volume scorer. And he just kind of makes it easy for all of us. A lot of teams won't help off of him if he's in the corner or when he's coming off of DHOs, they like to trap him. So, we didn't play 4-on-3 on the backside. So, he did a great job tonight, at being in quarantine. And I feel like, he's going to help us a lot this year. So I always had a lot of respect for him.
Josh Cohen.
Hey, Wendell, I know you played there last year after the trade, but what will it mean to you to go back to Chicago and play your former team tomorrow?
I'm gonna treat it as another game. It's an opportunity for us to get better as a team, and it's an opportunity for me to get better individually. Like I said last time we played them. I am human. I do got a little chip on my shoulder going back to Chicago, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna treat it as another game, and try to walk out of there with a victory.
Go ahead, Dan.
Wendell, kind of along those lines, what do you want to see out of your group tomorrow that you'd like to build on from tonight and perhaps improve on for tomorrow's game?
Knowing Chicago and how they like to play offensively, I feel like, if we do the same thing in the first 3 quarters that we did tonight, we'll be in the same situation tomorrow night. And I feel like, something we'll have to do a better job of is, just taking care of the ball, including myself, and late game, making sure, we at least get a shot. I feel like a lot of those times down the court, we weren't getting a shot. We was either getting stripped like I did, or, we was getting blocked or something. Like, I feel like we just got to at least get to the rim or get a clean look at the goal late in the game. And I feel like we'll be a lot more successful.
Any final questions? Okay, thank you.